like too much right away, it's totally fine. You can just come into just regular old Shavasana, okay? But we're gonna just take the block, pillow, blanket, whatever you've got, rolled up yoga mat. And you're just gonna place it so that you can rest your shoulder blades down on the block. And we'll start with our legs bent here at first too, okay? And then you just want to make sure again that your head can rest nice and gentle on the yoga mat, that your chin, is pointing up towards the ceiling. It's not too far back. Okay. So we're not like straining the throat at all. And again, if your head is like hanging, definitely like slide another like pillow, a hoodie, just something, a book, anything to kind of just make sure your head's not hanging and causing any strain. Okay. Hands are going to gently just come onto your ribs, onto your low ribs. Okay. And this is like such a great tool for us also to get a marker. So our ribs should not be the highest point of this back bend or chest opener. Okay. So if your ribs are higher than your sternum, that just means your block's a little bit farther, too far down your back. Okay. And you want it up a little bit closer again towards your shoulder blade. So you can adjust if you need to so that your sternum, your chest is the highest part of this chest opener. Okay, it might take a few moments to kind of figure out where that is. There's no rush. And only if it feels okay, begin to straighten your legs out onto the mat. Okay, you can also choose another position if that feels good. I'm going to stay here with my knees bent, my feet grounded. And when you're ready, you can start to move your arms off to the side, or they can stay connected to your abdominals. And we do realize that, this can be a pretty intense stretch to start off with, especially if we've been sitting all day in our cars, okay, carrying groceries, like, right, we're like punched a little bit more forward. So this is like pretty extreme if we've been in a place where we're not being really conscious of like how we are standing, how we are walking. Okay, so if you need to come out of this, go for it. Okay, we'll meet on the ground, so don't worry about that. And really start to tune into your breath. So see if you can slow your breath down. Finding a little bit of softness in your face, in your chest, and your shoulders. Okay, and then we're going to take about 3 to 4 more deep breaths. Okay, and in that time, we're all going to meet on the ground without the block. Okay, so you can start to roll over onto your side. You can hug your knees into your chest, whatever you want to do on the block. If you want to stretch your arms up over your head, pretty much you get, 4 deep breaths of free movement here before we all meet on the ground. A neutral position. Okay, so just take your time, just breathing in, breathing out. Yeah, here's our second breath. Breathing out. Third breath. Breathing out. And then last one. Breathing in and breathing out. And gently Again, make your way off of your block, just move it off to the side and make your way just on your back. Knees can stay bent. Okay, and then, again, you can bring your hands on your, your ribs. Okay, good. Another good marker. Again, okay, kind of just checking your alignment here. Notice what feels different, what feels the same. Okay, good. And then from here, we'll just move into little window wipers here. Okay, so feet can be hip distance apart, or your legs can be a little bit wider, and you'll gently just let your knees just rock from side to side. And again, just notice if you need to start off small, you can go from small, medium to large, or maybe you're like ready right away that like when your knees fall to the left, maybe you pause for a moment, hold the position. Okay, so just notice what window wipers feels like to you today. Okay, it can be different, it can be different variations. And slowly just begin to find some stillness here. Taking your right ankle and crossing it up and over your left knee, and then energetically press your right knee away from you. Okay, we're going to use our hands against our legs. You're just going to press your hands into your upper thighs, right hand to your right thigh, left hand to your left leg. Gently just press away, just finding a little bit of resistance. Okay. Good. And also like a little traction in the low back. It's pretty subtle, but it's there. A little traction work. Stay for the inhale. Exhaling gently, release, and then just your right knee fold in just a little bit. Keep your right ankle connected to the left knee. So right knee just folds in. And coming in towards your center line, nothing crazy. And then just take your hands, you can interlace them, and then just place your hands just like on top of like your shin bone, your knee. Okay, and then the weight of your arms will gently kind of release any pressure in your hip socket, giving your hips a little break here. Okay. And again, for me, the stretch isn't like significant. I'm not like, whoa, the stretch is so intense. It's pretty subtle. Okay, but I remember when I first did this stretch, it was like pretty intense. Okay, so you gotta again check in with how your hips are feeling. Okay. Right, we're always in our yoga practice, kind of checking in like, wow, that was really intense. Okay, that wasn't. Like, how can I tune into my body more? What am I working on? Instead of just thinking about the physical practice, right? Like what's happening internally? Can I focus like on my hip joint, finding that release? Can I find energy, of resistance or grounding in other parts of my body? What can I let go of? What can I do less of? What can I do more of? Right? Like our practice is like nonstop, ongoing of this observation of our body, breath, and our mind. And then from here, let's just go ahead and release that, and we'll reach the right leg just up towards the sky. Give your leg a little shake here, and then you just can bend and straighten the right leg a few times. Just loosening up the hamstring, and then, of course, activating the quad. Okay. And then go ahead and keep your right knee bent. Okay, and you can extend the left leg again, only if that feels good. And then we're just going to draw little circles here with the right knee. Okay, you can use your hands. You don't have to use your hands. Okay, I'm going to not use my hands today so that I really focus on like my core moving my leg. Okay, and then we'll move in the opposite direction, but feel free to use your arms to help assist you. Okay. Okay, awesome. And then slowly just ground that right foot down onto the mat, and then we'll switch sides. Left ankle over the right knee. Energetically press the left knee away from you. Okay, using your hands to press your thigh bones away, finding a little bit of resistance here. Shoulders can creep up by your ears. Just breathe. Can you focus on your breath? Good. Inhale in, exhale, release, and then left knee gently just folds in just a little bit. Okay, and then hands interlace, and you're just gonna press your hands, just rest them on your like knee shin bone. Okay. I cannot for the life of me right now remember what the actual bone is. I think it's some kind of tuberosity. From your femur bone to your shin bone. So that little notch right there. I'll have to look it up after class. Good. What's the difference between your sides? Maybe noticing there may be pressure on this side or resistance, restrictions. Maybe you're tighter, maybe you're more open. You're just checking in. Exhale, gently release, and then we'll just shake that left leg up towards the sky, shake it out a few times, then bend and straighten again, just to release the hamstring and the quad here a little bit. Okay, good. And then left knee bends, right leg can straighten any amount, okay? It can stay bent, it can totally go straight. And then we'll do our little hip circles or hip stirs, again, with your hands or without your hands. These can be big, they can be small. Good, and then we'll reverse the circle. Okay, awesome. Okay, and gently just release the left leg back down. Okay, and we'll roll over onto our side, gently, whatever side, and we'll come on up to a seated position. And, you know, as I mentioned earlier, I was like, I got not planning on using any props. And then now I'm like, how can we use the block? If you want to sit on your block here, awesome. Okay. Actually, I am going to do that. I'll see how I feel. Okay. So go ahead and sit on your block pillow. You also don't have to. Okay. This is just going to lift your hips up a little bit higher. Okay. And then legs, you know, ankles can be crossed, or you can have one ankle in front of the other, whatever feels good here in sitting in easy pose. And just roll the shoulders back a little bit. And then just going to place your hands just right on top of your thighs or your knees. Okay. Okay. From here, you're going to roll the shoulders back. Let your stomach kind of move forward. Okay. So you start to do like a little cow pose. Okay. And then for cat, okay, I'm going to actually press my hands down into my legs. Okay. And then I'm going to like scoop my belly button up and in. And I'm going to start to look towards my navel. Okay. So it's not like I'm leaning back into the space. It's more like someone picked my ribs up and then I'm kind of like hanging here. Okay. And then you can relax that, roll the shoulders back, lift up through the chest. Again, kind of let your stomach soften as you come into cow pose. And that's going to be our little cat and cow for today. Okay. And I'm going to do it from the side too, so you can see how small I'm moving here. Okay. And again, you can just go at your own pace. Okay. Again, I'm pressing my hands down to kind of like lift my ribs up a little bit higher, belly button to the spine, so my little cat pose. And it's really all more about my upper back rounding rather than like my lower. Shoulders roll back, lift up through your chest, cow pose. Good. Pressing down, lifting up, a little cat. Again, just going nice and slow here. I know this one's a little funky. It feels a little weird, a little different. I promise we'll get into like a bigger cat and cow after this, okay? Good. Okay. Let's do one more. Press your hands down, help lift you up a little bit higher. Good. We'll come back to neutral spine. Okay. Good. From here, go ahead and walk your right fingertips out to the right. You can stay lifted on your fingertips, and then left arm's just going to reach up towards the sky first. Palm flips down, and then up and over to the right. You can stay lifted on your fingertips. If you want to go deeper, go for it. Okay, just breathe here. Energetically let your fingertips move to the right as your left hip moves down towards the ground. Good, again, that opposition Should feel really good and get you a deeper stretch. Good. Inhale in. Exhale, slowly release, and we'll just go to the other side. Okay, left fingertips walk out, right arm reaches up towards the sky. So we find like this nice big lift, and then palm turns down to reach up and over to the left. And again, let yourself really stretch those fingertips in opposite directions so you get nice stretch in between each rib. Right hip presses down towards the mat. Ribs are like a big accordion. Just breathe. Good. Inhale in. Exhale, gently release. Okay. And then let's switch the cross of our legs. Okay. And let's do the same thing all over again. Okay. We're going to do that minimal cat and cow. Okay. And it's really all about like the upper back moving in cat and cow. Okay. We're going to use our hands. Okay. Rolling the shoulders back, bringing the shoulder blades together, lift up through the chest. And again, belly just softens a little bit. Okay, and then press your hands down to lift up a little bit higher to look towards your navel. Roll the shoulders back, lift up through the chest, cow pose, baby cow. Good, and then pressing the hands down, lifting up, using a little bit of that resistance and traction work. Good, and let's do that one more time, okay? Roll the shoulders back, lift up through the chest, let the front soften. Good, and pressing down, lifting those ribs up, looking towards your navel ever so slightly. Okay, and then coming back to a neutral spine, relax the shoulders, left fingertips reach out to the left, right arm reaches up towards the sky. Good, and then maybe going a little bit deeper this time, maybe not. Okay, maybe you got to back up a little bit. Good. We're going to energetically stretch those right fingertips away as you reach your right hip away from the fingers, from the hips, from the ribs, shoulders, everything. Inhale in, exhale, slowly release, and switching sides, right fingertips out to the right, left arm reaches up towards the sky, and then maybe up and over. Stretching in position here, left hip down, left fingertips out. Nice big deep inhale in. Exhale, slowly release. Coming back to center, good. And then again, your choice to keep the block or not. I'm going to ditch the blocks. I'm going to just move it off to the side. Okay, and let's start with right foot. So knees will be bent. Right foot's just going to open up and tuck under the left. Okay, so I guess we're like in butterfly, right? And then the left knee just moves up towards the sky. Okay, and let's just do a nice open twist here. Okay, so let's go ahead and lift this left arm up towards the sky. Right arm's going to reach back behind you. Okay, and then this left hand can reach forward. Okay, forwards, or if you want to bring your left hand across towards your right knee, that's fine too. Again, whatever feels good. Okay, I'm going to go to the version of my left arm just reaches forward towards my ankle and then turning towards the right. Okay, so this is like one of those twists, okay, that we're using like our arms to help us twist. Okay, and then we're going to get into like a little active twisting. Good. Stay for the inhale. Exhaling, slowly release. Okay. Left leg's going to reach forward. Okay. And then right foot's just going to be on the inside of the left inner thigh. Okay. And we're staying pretty square here. Okay. Like facing forward towards the top of your mat or whatever direction you're at. Okay. Arms are going to reach on up. We're going to come into cactus arms. Okay. And instead of again using our arms to help us twist, we're going to really use our core to help us twist here. Okay. So in cactus arms, we're going to twist towards our bent knees. We're going to twist to the right. And this might feel like okay, you can go pretty far, right? Maybe not. Okay. Hold here. See if you can soften your shoulders down. Again, use your abdominals to help twist you. Ribs are moving and twisting. And arms are just kind of going along for the ride, right? Making shapes with them to help stretch us. Okay, just holding this cactus. Good. Maybe think about bringing the shoulder blades together a little bit. Good. In. So come back to the center. Okay. Now we're going to twist towards the straight leg. Okay. So again, all abdominals slowly start to twist to the left. And then just notice how different this feels. Is it constricted? Is it hard? Okay, keep breathing. Good. Try to resist like twisting your arms. Keep them nice and open in cactus. A few more deep breaths here. You can even look over your right shoulder. Okay, so away from the twist to help you twist a little bit deeper. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhale, slowly come back to the center. Release your arms down for just a moment. Okay, roll your shoulders back. Roll them forward. Okay, we'll roll them back. Arms reach up over your head. Now, using our arms a little bit to assist, we're going to twist towards the bent knee. Okay, left hand can come across to the right knee. Right hand can gently reach back. And again, just twisting into the right. Again, notice like how much of your arms are you using? Can you find a happy medium of your core doing the work? And then arms just gently being placed there. Good. Inhale in. Exhale, slowly release, coming back to the center. And then let's gently just fold forward over this left leg, okay? Nothing crazy. Okay, it's like the first hamstring stretch, so it's a little intense. So, you don't have to go super far down or anything, okay? Yeah. If you want to flex and point through your left foot, you can. Okay. Just breathe and release. Okay, great. And then slowly rise on up, nice and slow. Okay. We'll meet in butterfly pose. Okay. Okay. This would have been like way better for me to cue us in this way. Okay. From here, all we do is just plant the right foot down. So right knee points up and then left foot just tucks under. There we go. Second time is better than the first time. Okay, we're gonna reach our arms up over our head, and then we're gonna twist to the left. Okay, and then right arm can reach forward. You can press up against your right knee. Okay, left hand can reach back, or if you want to grab a hold of your left knee, you can do that also. Okay, and again, just go to your edge. Go where it feels good. Let's get this nice open twist here. This side is really irritating me today, so I have to be a little gentle with the twist. Your sides don't have to be exactly the same, that's fine. Okay. Exhale, slowly release. Okay, and then right leg will straighten. Left foot on the inside of your right inner thigh. And again, staying really square here, nice and straight. Like we're in tree pose, okay? Arms reach up over your head. Exhaling cactus arms. Good. Really set your cactus up here, okay? Open your chest, engage your back. Good. Sit up nice and tall, and then exhale, twist towards your bent knee. Good. And again, use your abdominals to help twist you. Try to move your arms to twist. Okay, stay in that nice big cactus. I know I have a tendency to kind of cheat a little bit. So keep your chest nice and open. Good, staying a little bit longer. So we're really activating those muscles to help us twist. Good. Inhale in. Exhale, release, come back to the center, and then get a readjust if you need to. Sit up nice and tall, open the chest, inhale in. Exhale, twist towards the straight leg, twisting towards the right. Good. And then again, the leg is straight. It makes it a little bit harder for us to twist. And then instead of looking over your right shoulder, okay, you're gonna look away, you're gonna look over your left shoulder to help you open the chest up a little bit more. Use those abdominals to help you twist a little bit deeper. Nice big deep inhale in. Exhale, slowly come back to the center and then release the arms down. Again, a few shoulder rolls here, forwards and backwards. Okay, ending with your shoulders rolling back, arms reach up over your head. Good, twisting towards your bent knee, right hand comes across to help assist you in the twist. And then putting that happy medium of strength, right? And then some of your arms helping you a little bit, guiding you. Okay, but we're not just relying on our arms and like cranking out the twist. Okay, we're being really mindful of how we're moving our spine so we get like the most benefit through the twisting and release. Inhale, exhale, come back to the center and then gently just folding over that right hamstring again, nice and gentle here. And again, flexing and playing through the ankle if you'd like. Staying still, finding some movement. Okay, really nice. Inhale in, exhale, gently release. And you can just bring your legs on out, get a nice shake out. Okay, and then let's go ahead and come on into tabletop onto hands and knees. Okay, so spreading your fingers out nice and wide. Toes can be tucked under or pointed back behind you, okay? And then this is where, we can kind of let loose a little bit, be a little more free in our cat and cow. So just take your time, just moving in and out of cat and cow, nice and gentle. And again, remember this can be big, it can be small, it can be slow. Good, connecting your breath with the movement. Okay, great. Okay. Just come into neutral tabletop and let's actually step the left foot forward in between our hands. Okay, so you can stay in tabletop or you can come up to, standing on your knees and shins. So we're just going to step this left foot forward, coming into low lunge here. Okay, so I'm just going to take some time just to kind of adjust here a little bit. Rolling the shoulders, lifting the chest and the heart. We're going to reach our arms up over our head here in low lunge. Okay. Again, if you happen to step forward, just see if you can walk those left toes a little bit more forward so you have some space here. So we can really focus on opening up the front of our hip flexors and psoas, which for me, I notice kind of goes hand in hand with like some low back pain that I've been having because I'm usually really tight in the front of my body. Again, from like sitting all day, right? From just sitting, okay? Yeah, so stay just a little bit longer. Okay, hands gently come to your chest. Okay, we're going to just do a gentle twist. We're going to bring our right forearm. So we're going to gently twist to the left. Right forearm is going to come on top of the left quad. You're just going to take your left hand to grab your right wrist. Okay, so you're going to press down the lift up, and then we're twisting here. Okay, and I'll just turn this angle here. Okay, good. Just twist. Good. Nice and easy. Breathing here. Inhale in. Exhale, release your hands down. Okay. And then we're just going to straighten the front leg, coming into half split. And again, if you need to use your blocks under your hands, go for it. Okay. We're just going to hang out here in this nice big hamstring stretch. Again, if you want to flex and point through left foot, awesome. Good. You're going to shake from side to side. Good. So here's our second big hamstring stretch. Okay, good. Inhaling in, exhaling, start to bend back into this left leg. We'll step back, tabletop. Okay. Moving in and out of cat and cow. Okay, and then we'll go and switch to the other side. Right foot's going to step forward in between the hands. Take the time to walk those right toes forward, right? So your knees never going past your toes. Your knees always stacked right on top of your ankle here. When you're ready, arms will reach up over your head. Take your time. There is no rush. And again, focusing on opening up the front of the left hip flexor, the front of the body. Breathing. Good. Softening the shoulders down. Good. Hands gently come to your heart center, gently twisting to the right. Okay. And then left forearm on top of your quad. And then right hand just grabs your left wrist. And you're just going to press down a little. Twisting again from that upper back. And I'm seeing lots of variations. So I'm staying in a low lunge, but if you want to rise up to high lunge, that's awesome too. Okay. Yeah, yogi's choice. Inhale in, exhale, gently release. We'll come into our half split. Okay, straightening the right leg, walk those right toes forward. And again, flexing and pointing through the ankle, shaking your tail a little bit from side to side. Whatever feels good here for the hamstring stretch for you. Okay, really nice. Bending back into this right leg, we'll step back, tabletop. This one, we're going to set ourselves up for a downward facing dog. Okay, and of course, tabletop, cat and cow is always an option. Okay, tucking the toes under, lifting the hips up towards the sky, and then always keeping the knees bent to help protect the low back and the hamstrings if you're feeling extra tight. Okay, and then you can pedal your feet out, bending your right knee, straightening the left, and switching, bending the left knee, straightening the right. And feel free to kind of move around a little bit. And then for today, I'm kind of keeping this like, all for like low back, some low back love. So if your feet separated feels better, like as wide as your mat, have your legs nice and wide. Knees are bent, keep them bent, okay? Yogi's choice here for your downward dog. I know sometimes downward dog does not feel good when I'm having some like acute, like instant pain in the low back. So you can just listen to your body. Okay, very slowly, we're going to walk our feet up towards the top of our mat. Okay, and again, use blocks, keep your knees bent. We're just going to walk slowly. And then, when we're walking slowly here, we get a nice stretch in our hamstrings. You can always lift up onto your fingertips as you start to walk to the top of your mat. Okay, and then while you're here at the top of your mat, keep your knees bent so that your chest has somewhere to rest on. To relax your head, neck, and shoulders, shake your head yes, shake your head no. And for rising up, we're going to bend our knees a lot so that we place our forearms on top of our quads. We extend our spine like we're in Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, but we're in like a chair pose, right? And then from here, you're going to replace your hands with your elbows to help you rise up to come all the way up to standing. Arms reach up over your head. Hands at your heart center. Slower down the exact same way that we just came. Okay, so arms reach up over your head. Exhaling, we're going to start to bend the knees. Hands are going to lower down onto the quads. Okay, then our elbows are going to replace our hands. Okay. We're going to lift our hips up. And again, our knees stay bent enough so that when we rest our arms down, our torso is resting on our quads. And then we're going to shake our head yes. Shake our head no. Okay, maybe we start to straighten the legs a little bit, maybe not. Check it out. Okay, good. And actually, let's do that a few more times. I think that feels pretty good. Okay, so bend the knees a lot. Elbows go on top of your quads. Lengthen the spine. Pause for a moment. Keep those knees nice and bent. Hips nice and low. Hands replace the elbows to rise up. So you're using like your arms and your legs to help you come up to standing. Arms reach up over your head. Exhaling, hands at your heart center. Inhaling, arms reach up over your head. Bending the knees, hands are going to lower down onto the quads. Okay. Sit back, little chair pose. Elbows or forearms replace your hands. Okay. Now we're getting really low in our little ski. Our little ski position. Hips start to lift, but we keep a nice long spine. And then when we rest our body, our knees are bent, so we get this nice stretch. Good. Arms can be wherever you like. Shaking the head, yes. Shaking the head, no. Okay. All right, one last time. Knees bent, forearms lower onto the quads. Extend the spine. Good, nice big deep inhale in. Hands replace the elbows to rise up to come up to standing. Arms reach up over your head. Mountain pose. Exhaling, hands at your heart center. Inhaling, arms reach up. Exhaling, knees bend. Okay, really think about your hips moving back. Hands lower down onto your quads. Little baby chair. Good. Then we'll get into that deep chair. Good. Lower down as the forearms. Extend the spine. Sink the hips. Good. And then gently start to lengthen forward. A little hamstring stretch. When you release the arms, knees stay bent. Shake the head, yes. Shake the head, no. Nice upper back release. Beautiful. From here, we're going to start to ground into the hands. Gently walk your feet back into downward facing dog. Nice. Stay for 2 deep breaths. Exhaling, knees lower down, coming into tabletop. Okay, good. From here, right hand is going to go directly under your chest or your nose. Okay, left arm reaches up towards the sky. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhaling, left hand is going to lower down, like we're going to do the thread the needle, but instead of going up with the straight arm, we're going to lower down onto our left forearm. Okay, good. Square the hips. Okay. Lift up, roll the right shoulder up towards the sky a little bit more. Good. And then just pause here. Good. And if you want to, you can look down, you can look up, you can do a little combo of both. Okay. You're welcome to stay here if this feels good, or if you want to come into full thread the needle, I'm just going to reground my right hand and then extend the left arm all the way out to the left, lowering down onto my shoulder. And then yogi's choice, right hand can stay in front of your face, or you can extend it up towards the top of your mat, towards the sky, on your low back. Stabilizing the hips and the low back. Okay, so really keep those hips bumping to the left. Inhaling in. Exhaling, reground the right hand in front of your face, and then take your time to unwind. And then we'll switch sides. Okay, so again, find that neutral tabletop. Left hand is directly under your sternum. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. And then right arm, a little half thread the needle, right arm lowers down onto your forearm. Roll the left shoulder up towards the sky, square the hips to the right, and then just pause for a moment. Good. When you are ready, staying here or reaching the right arm all the way through onto your shoulder. And again, just keep that mindfulness of that. Like, what are your hips doing? Can you, keep them nice and level? Okay, really nice, everyone. Okay, left hand will reground back in front of your face, grounding down to unwind, reaching that right arm back up towards the sky, and then lowering back down. Okay. We gotta do a little core work. Okay. So from here, we're gonna make our way into your version of plank pose. Okay. You can come into low plank, half plank, whatever feels good. We're just gonna lengthen the legs back behind us or again on your knees. Okay. From here, we're just gonna stay for the inhale. Exhaling, we're gonna lower all the way down, nice strong and push up. Okay, all the way down onto your abdominals. Good. And let's come on up into Sphinx pose. Elbows under your forearms. Oh my goodness. Elbows under your shoulders. There we go. Pressing down, lifting up. And again, that's just a general cue. You can always have your elbows more forward. That's fine too. Okay. And now let's look over our right shoulder. Let your left shoulder dip. And then switch, look over your left shoulder, let the right shoulder dip. Let's do that again. Looking over the right, letting the left shoulder dip. Good. And then other side, looking over the left, right shoulder dips. Okay. And then coming back to the center, and then let's go ahead and rest, bringing our hands under our forehead. Let's bend the knees and the little window wipers here on our tummies. Okay, so we're going to do a little back bending, a little bit different than how I have taught it before. So kind of bear with me here, okay? And it's going to be pretty active, okay? And it's really just for us to wake up that back body, you know, like I've been saying, like we've been sitting all day, really getting our chest to open and our back and everything to kind of realign itself. Okay, so the legs can be hip distance or wider. Okay, don't worry about that. And forehead's going to be down onto the mat. Okay, just make sure you know you're not squishing your nose. Okay, you want to have enough space so that you can breathe. Okay, and then we're going to interlace the hands behind our head. Okay, and this is the position we want to make with our neck, our head and our neck when we lift up. Okay, so kind of just take in like how it feels with your hands behind your head. Okay. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Okay. We're going to lift elbows, head, chest lifts up. And again, we don't want to look up, right? We want to keep the length of our spine. Focus stays down, hands behind the head. And it's really about finding a little bit more length. Okay, staying here. If you want to lift your legs up, you can, or you can keep your legs grounded. Again, it's really about more length than it is height. Stay for the inhale in. Exhale, gently release back down. Good. Okay, now we're just going to do that 2 more times, okay, with the hands behind our head here. Okay. Good. Again, maintain the length of your spine, the length of the neck here. Focus stays down. Inhale in. Exhale, lift up. Elbows lift. Think about those cactus arms. Okay, it almost feels like we have a little resistance here. Okay, again, just think about your back doing the work to lift you up. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhale, gently release down, nice and slow. Last time, okay, just check in. Check in with your spine, specifically the head and the neck and the shoulders, okay? Shoulder blades down the back, elbows lift, head lifts. Maybe the legs float, keeping the focus down, keeping the neck long. So we'll take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhale, slowly lower down. Release. Good. If you want to bend your knees again, gently rock from side to side. Okay, great. Hands slide under the shoulders. Tucking the toes under. We're going to press back and through tabletop. Okay, and then maybe just rock forward and backwards a little bit. Okay, kind of coming into like maybe child's pose or like a little turbo child's pose. Okay, and again, it's just to kind of like reset the spine. Okay, so, okay, from here, nothing fancy. We're just gonna roll over to sit down, no lower down onto our backs. Okay. Oh my gosh, I feel like I have so much to do and such little time left. Okay. um, okay. Keep your knees bent. Okay, feet on the ground. Let's go into a figure four. Okay, so right ankle over the left knee, energetically pressing away. Okay, you can interlace the hands around the left leg. Okay, we'll come into reclined, pigeon pose. Figure four. Just hold here, breathe here. And again, if you want to sway a little bit from right to left, that's great. Any like circles. Good. Remember that first version we did at the beginning of class, you're always welcome to stay there also by just pressing your hands into your thigh bones, okay? Okay, really nice. Okay, inhale in. Exhale, slowly release. Okay, right knee comes into your chest. Left leg out long. Okay, we're gonna twist. Right leg comes all the way over to the left. Right arm reaches out to the right. And again, prop. We forgot about the props. We can use the prop block or pillow under the right knee if you'd like. Again, it's not necessary, but if you want to use it, go for it. Okay. Okay. And then we're going to do a little double stretch here. Okay. So the leg that's straight, the left leg. Okay. We're going to bend it and we're going to grab a hold of it with your right hand to have a little quad stretch again, just focusing on, opening up the front of the hip. Okay. Yeah. While we're twisting. So just breathe. Okay, good. Such a twisty practice, side body stretches. Hopefully everything's feeling in place. Okay, let's inhale in. Exhale, gently release. Okay. We're gonna make our way back to the center, right knee into your chest. Bend the left knee, planting the left foot into the ground. Right leg is going to cross up and over the left. So you're going to cross really up high in your inner thighs and then folding the knees into your chest. And again, you can grab a hold of behind your legs, your shins, your ankles. Okay. And then here we are in our cow face stretch. Another hip opener. Maybe getting a different angle of our glutes on that right side. And just breathe. Okay, good. Exhale, slowly release. Unwind the legs. And then we'll go to the second side. I'm actually going to straighten my legs out and give a nice little shake. Okay, and then we'll come into figure four, left ankle over the right knee, and then any version of the stretch you'd like to take. Folding the legs in, circles, shifting from side to side. Okay, a few more deep breaths. Good. Exhale, slowly release. Left knee into your chest. Right leg out long. Twisting, the left leg comes across to the right. Left arm reaches out to the left. Oh. Using your block, again, your prop under the left leg if you wish. Good. Staying here, or again, taking that straight leg, the right leg, bending it, and then catching it with your left hand for quad stretch. Inhale in, exhale, release that bottom leg, and slowly come back to the center. Left knee into your chest. Right knee is going to bend, plant your right foot on the ground, and then left leg, inner thigh, whole leg crosses up and over to hug, nice and strong, and wrapping the left leg around the right, and then fold your knees into your chest to grab behind the hamstrings, or again, whatever you can kind of get a hold of, your pant, your pant leg, okay, your shin bones, your knees, whatever feels good here. And again, just like a double stretch. I wanted to do something different than pigeon pose, kind of get different angles for our hips. Yeah, just breathe. Okay, good. And then exhaling, slowly just release the legs, unwind them, shake them out, little window wipers. Okay. And then one last thing, okay, in Shavasana, okay, and again, this is like if it feels okay to extend your legs out, okay. Okay, we're going to, and again, I always find that this really helps with my low back, okay. So we're going to squeeze our glutes, both sides. Okay, so your right and your left glutes, squeeze them and hold them, and then release really quickly, okay. Squeeze and hold, and relax. Good. Squeeze and hold, hold. Keep squeezing those glutes and relax. Good. Squeeze and hold both sides. Keep squeezing. Good. And relax. Let's do 3 more just like that. Squeeze and hold and relax. Squeeze and hold and relax. Okay, I think 1 more. Squeeze and hold. Already losing count. Good. And relax. Okay. Good. Just the right glute only. We're just going to isolate. We're just going to squeeze and release 5 times. Okay. So squeeze the right glute and release. Squeeze the right glute. Release. Squeeze the right glute. Release. Squeeze the right glute. Release. 1 more. Squeeze and release. Pause. Just squeezing the left side. Squeeze the left glute. Release. Squeeze the left glute. Release. Squeeze the left side. Release 2 more. Squeeze the left. Release. Squeeze left. And release. And relax. We're just going to reach out to the sides for your Shavasana. Take a moment to scan your body, just noticing what's changed, what stayed the same. Begin to breathe in the benefits of your practice by deepening your breath. Gently start to shift your head from side to side, wiggling your fingers, your toes. When you're ready, invite larger movement back into your bodies, maybe bending your knees and your elbows a few times, stretching your arms up over your head. Feet can plant onto the ground, or maybe knees into your chest. Gently just roll over onto your side. And then really take your time using your arms and your legs to help you come on up to a seated position, okay? So that your head's really the last thing that arrives. Okay. You can sit on your block, you can sit on the ground, just sitting in easy pose, again with your ankles crossed in any way, tucked in or in front of one another. Sitting up nice and tall, maybe roll the shoulders back a few times. Slowly just reach your arms down by your sides and then gently circle your arms up over your head. And then exhaling, bringing your hands together at your heart center. Roll the shoulders back, lift the sternum up towards your thumbs. Take a nice big deep inhale through your nose. Big exhale out through your mouth. And slowly just begin to